Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 16th to the 30th, 2021 money and career reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now, before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Sagittarius, September 16th to the 30th, 2021, Sagittarius, money and career. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. At the bottom is our root itself. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Hierophant. So if we have Taurus energy in our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully at our root and would be a rooting energy for us. And then we have the Devil, Capricorn energy. If we're born on the cusp with Capricorn, or if we have Capricorn energy within our natal chart, again, that's going to be rooting us during this time. We have the Eight of Air, the Six of Air, very much in our own minds, in our inner selves, and we have to be a little bit mindful of being trapped a certain way, like just thinking, just feeling trapped, feeling overwhelmed. Then we have the Fool in our hearts, and we have Temperance, which is us. Sagittarius, we're represented by Temperance in the major arcana. We're represented by the Wands in the minor arcana. So that's absolutely beautiful. I love that combination with the Fool. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, that's fantastic. And then we have the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This is going to be, now, if we have this within our natal chart, we're going to find that this is very much coming out in the public arena. But there's a sense of being a warrior, a sense of being a defender, a kind of white knight for what it is that you want. The sense of, this is where I'm going, this is what I want, this is where I'm headed, I'm going to be the hero in my own fairy tale type of thing. And it's not one of those fairy tales where everything goes right. It's kind of like one of the Grimm fairy tales, much more realistic type of energy going on here. Not everything's going to be perfect, but we are going to be aligning ourselves with being able to say, you know what, I can slay the demons, I can ascend, to the throne, I can get to the place that I want to be. And that's just it. Now, let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. The Princess of Cups. So we have to be mindful of our emotions kind of getting the better of us and really leading us when it comes to our career, when it comes to business. So just be mindful of that. We can our emotions can be a little bit like a princess during this time. So whenever the princesses come up negatively, that's always what I see with them. Now, this is also going to be a sense here of we're going to be very drawn to people who need our help, who are emotionally overwhelmed, who, don't know where they're headed, what they want. This doesn't mean not to help them. This means be very mindful not to be pulled down their rabbit hole, not to be, pulled down into their trauma, into their drama, and have it consume you during this time, because they can very easily take away your positive energy and replace it with their negative energy. They're going to feel regenerated, revived, and you're going to feel overwhelmed and sad. So just be mindful of that. Our chakra energy for this time: angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Oh, we have two. We have the heart chakra and the third chakra coming forward. So the heart chakra is play, and is play, I say it like a question, but with play, what is so beautiful about it is that we as human beings, we can't play if we don't feel safe. So our hearts are saying to feel safe within our hearts, within our souls, within ourselves, so that we can embrace play, joy, laughter, happiness. That's going to be intrinsically important, making time for play, because the statement, all work and no play, makes an unhappy person, or however that ends, is very, very true during this time. It's like, if we, at our root is earth sign energy. At our root, we're very focused on money. We're very focused on our success. We're very focused on driving ourselves forward. This can easily be a time where it's like, I don't have time to play. I don't have time to enjoy myself. I'll do it later. And Spirit is saying, don't forget about the now. Then we have truth. This is the throat chakra. This is a sense of saying, I need to embrace what is true for me. I need to embrace my truth. I need to speak openly and honestly to move myself forward. There's something about, genuine people that's, first of all, surprising. And secondly, it makes people gravitate towards them, because it's kind of like, oh, okay, even if this person messes up, even if this person doesn't know what they're doing, there's a sense of honesty to them. And it's not saying that you won't know what you're doing, but it's very much saying lead with the truth. Lead with the way that you see things, lead with your, intuition, your integrity, what you desire. Yes, you can lose people. Absolutely. There are people who don't want to see the truth anyway. So just being mindful of that, just connecting with play, with letting yourself have moments of joy, and letting yourself do what is right for you, speak what is true for you, is going to be astoundingly empowering. It leads us to the Hierophant. The Hierophant is astoundingly connected and successful. In the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, he is represented by the Pope. Now, in medieval times, there was nobody higher than the Pope. That was just period. That was as high as you could possibly go in the medieval world. So here, you have the sense of power. You have the sense of prosperity. And you have a sense of tradition. What is the power in the traditions that are right for you? This doesn't mean a return to orthodoxy. What it means is that this is what I need to do in order to be a happy me. This is how I need to move forward in order to embrace my prosperity, embrace my success, embrace who I am. So this is very much saying, play towards your strengths during this time. Look at what makes you shine and go after it. And don't, step back and say, oh, no, not yet. Everything just has to be perfect. Everything just has to be perfectly aligned. Sagittarius, what Spirit is saying is nothing will ever be perfectly aligned. You have to go for the throne now. And then it leads us to the devil. And the devil is having to face our insecurities and our fears and our shames and our nightmares, most definitely. It's also saying, you're going to doubt yourself. You're going to have things thrown in your path that can easily distract you, easily manipulate you. When we have vices, the vices come out during this time, because it's like, okay, if I can distract you with drugs and alcohol, which are our main addictions that we think of, but also procrastination or self-doubt or self-loathing or anxiety and depression and fear, that's what's going to be thrown our way, because it's like, I don't want you to move forward the way that you need to. But what we need to do during this time is say, okay, listen, I know I'm going to self-sabotage in one way or another, or I'm going to be very tempted to self-sabotage in one way or another. I can't let that happen. I can't let that be the ruling factor for me during this time. What I need to do is I need to focus on facing down the devil, facing down the fear, and saying, you don't get to own me. Now, this can be joining a group, this can be joining a support group, this could be talking to somebody who's a professional or friends or family members, but it's like, I get to have the life that I want. And it brings us then to the Eight of Swords. And the Eight of Swords in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck is being trapped. It's a person surrounded by 8 swords, bound and blindfolded. They don't realize that they can walk out of the Eight of Swords because they are blind, because they're blindfolded, because they are bound. They don't know. And so here it's like, don't think yourself trapped. Soar. It is time to look at things differently. It's time to call out the nightmares and the fears and the hurts and the pains and saying, that's it, I'm soaring above it. And it sounds so easy to say. It's like, okay, Thane, thank you very much. I'm just going to think my way to successful and there I'll be. No, that isn't how it works. But the mind has to be a part of it. And it's a huge part of it because our minds do not know the difference between make-believe and reality, which is an astounding thing to say. But we don't know the difference when something isn't real, but we keep on saying to ourselves it is, or when it is real. It's just like how we can be really pulled in to a really good movie or a really good book. And it's like, wow, I felt like I was there because your brain, a part of your brain, puts you there. And so here, it's like, I'm not going to limit myself. I'm going to start to open up the door and say, I get to be successful. Now, we also have to be mindful of our brains saying, yeah, okay, to us, like, yeah, okay, you can do that type of thing. So we have to build up to it. It's like, not that I'm going to walk out my door tomorrow and become a millionaire, because so many of us don't believe that. Like, we can kind of believe it, maybe if we squint a little bit and, stand in the shadows, but it's not our truth. And so we believe in hard work and discipline and dedication. So if we see ourselves working and dedicating and building towards being a millionaire, maybe we'll only have a couple $100,000. That's pretty good. That's really good. So here, it's like, okay, what is it that I desire? What is it that I want? How can I soar towards it? How can I get there? And it moves us to the Six of Air. It's like, you're moving towards it. You're definitely moving towards it. There's a sense of, there's going to be some bumps and some heartbreaks and some, tricky moments along the way. And that's okay. But we're moving towards our success and our prosperity and our desires and what we want and what we need. And we're nurturing that which is intrinsically important to us. It brings us then to the Fool. In our hearts, it's like, take that leap of faith. Take that leap and go after it. If we don't leap, we never will go for it. So what Spirit is saying when it comes to our careers, when it comes to our finances, it's not saying be reckless with our money. It's not like putting it all on six and just betting, right? It's saying here, you have to go after your passions. You have to go after what makes you shine, because even if it's just something on the side, even if our jobs are 9 to 5 or whatever the time frame is, and it pays the bills and it gets done, what needs to be done, that's honorable. But if we have something on the side that makes our hearts sing, that makes us feel alive, that raises our energy vibration and it moves us forward. This is saying, take time for you. Take time to go after what you need to go after, whether it be a hobby or whether it be for your career. Because everybody is a fool until they are a hero, until they are a successful entrepreneur, until they are an innovator, until they are creative and inspirational. Everybody who chooses an alternative path is foolish until they are successful. So be the hero of the story and let yourself be seen as foolish. Let yourself even think, oh my gosh, this is so silly, and still go after it. It moves us to temperance. It moves us to the very essence of the self and finding that balance, finding that understanding, embracing your passion, your desire, your insight, and your truth. It's all about how you are creating you. What is steeping within you? What is transforming and becoming and embracing? Sagittarius, your power. Your power within balance, power within reason, power within understanding. And that elevates you in such a way that is surprising. It moves us to the public arena, the Wheel of Fortune. You're entering into a new season. It can take some adjustments. It really can. And so with the Wheel of Fortune, as we enter into this new season, we can think, wow, I don't want to. Like, I'm really happy where I am. Why do things have to change? But we can also be thinking, how do I handle this? How do I move forward this way? How do I go after what I want and what I need and what's successful for me as everything is changing? The Wheel of Fortune can also feel like we're on a roller coaster ride, but it's leading us to a place of fortune, to a place of change, to a place of prosperity, if we understand that we will have to adapt, that we will have to look at things differently, look at ourselves differently, and say, okay, I embrace the change, I see the change, and I move forward towards my success. It moves us then to the Knight of Swords, and it says, go for it. The Knight of Swords is cutting down doubts and fears. It is not thinking too much, though do think upon things, but don't make it so that it's until we can work it out that it can be absolutely perfect. that everything will be what we want it. Then we'll go after it. This is a time where we look, we think, we weigh the pros and the cons, and then we say, that's it, I'm going. I'm doing, I'm embracing, I'm becoming. Because the Knight of Swords is again the hero card, and we have that hero tendency within us during this time. And it's being the hero for us. It's saying nobody's going to save you. Oh my gosh. There was a part of me for so long, and even now, that would just love somebody to come in. Like, that white knight, sweep you off your feet, come in and say, I got this. I got this. You don't have to worry about anything. But I remember when I was in college, one of my best friends' moms said that if you marry for money, she said you will pay for every single cent. And she had. And people that I speak to who have, they're like, yep, that's true. And it just always has stuck with me. So maybe being saved is not the right way, but it does sound lovely, doesn't it? Now it is saying, it's time to save myself. It is time, Sagittarius, that we save ourselves, that we cut through the doubts and the fears and the negativity, and we say, this is where I stand. This is what I want for my life. This is what I need. And that becomes the powerful, profound truth of it. And as we embrace this, we look at the subconscious energy that we need to be mindful of, and its strength. It's Leo energy, and it's confusing what strength is, which is what I think the world has. We think it's muscles. We think it's force. The truly strong are the profound. Okay, the truly strong are the people you wouldn't look twice at, but have a will of iron, are so determined, so focused, so insightful, so driven, that they are strength. And it's their kindness, it's their compassion, it's the openness of their hearts, it's the determination of their souls that make them so strong. And it brings us then. And so what we have to be mindful of is the brute force strength. You will do what I say because I said so. And that's going to be like, no, that doesn't work for me right now. And it doesn't work for you anyway, Sagittarius. The subconscious chakra energy is communication. This is the third chakra. And this is saying communicate. Communicate with yourself. Talk to yourself. Work things out with yourself. Talk with divinity. Talk with spirit. See the plan that you have, right? And communicate also with those around you. But know that you're going to be coming to things with a higher sense of communication. You're not just going to be listening to their words. It's going to be their body language. It's going to be their aura, their energy, their energy vibration. Everything is going to have a role and play a part in the way that you communicate with them. So that's going to be really quite powerful. Subconscious rooted message is the Empress. Claiming a throne you never thought you had. Claiming a voice that was silenced. Seeing the power within yourself. When before you thought there was none. All of a sudden you become the creative force. In creating life, yes, but also the creative force in creation of ideas, creation of inspiration, focus, determination, fire, power, passion. It moves us to our subconscious inner self. And that's the Three of Fire. That's being able to move forward. That's following the light. It's like, this is my path. I can't believe I missed it. This is my passion. This is my determination. This is my focus. This is what I desire. This is me. And so the Three of Fire says, let your light shine. Let yourself move forward. Don't limit you. Because it's going to be very easy to say, oh no, I can't do that. And it's like, oh yes, you can. Oh yes, you absolutely can. Our subconscious emotional self is the Four of Wands. Happiness, celebration, success, and prosperity. We have the Minor Arcana marriage card, the Major Arcana marriage card with the Hierophant, and the Minor Arcana marriage card with the Four of Wands. What are we married to? What are we dedicated to? It doesn't mean who we are married to. It means, what are we married to? What do we want? What is intrinsically important to us? What is the sacred oath that we have given that says, this is me, this is where I'm headed, this is what I have to do, and if I go against this, I go against a powerful and intense part of myself. It moves us then to our subconscious public self. And it's the Eight of Pentacles. Hard work, determination, focus, passion, insight. That's what we're embracing. We're also embracing mastery. It's like, wow, I've done this so many times, I'm actually becoming good at it. I'm actually starting to see things that I hadn't seen before. Doors are starting to open. Insights are starting to come. The Eight of Pentacles is the hard work paying off. The dedication, the insight, the passion, the success. And so here, subconsciously, we're still hitting the grindstone, right? We're still working, we're still dedicating, but we're seeing ourselves elevate, and we're seeing our craft improve, and to be recognized for that improvement in our craft. All right. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we soar above our expectations. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius.